Hello everybody, welcome back. This is round 2 of the Legacy Daily. Our opponent just got back, looks like they won the roll, chose to go first, and we have another hand in the situation of last time. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one as well. Hopefully he doesn't play show and tell into something other than Emrakul. We at least could have had a first turn play, but we don't have that anymore. What to open off with? So the choices of opening off are really between these three. I kind of want to hold this just in case he is the show and tell deck, so we're going to shove that over there. He's at least blue. And a Liliana, we're going to open up with this and just leave it. Give him some ideas and fearful thoughts, hopefully. Blue-red. I'm predicting no Stifle. I really shouldn't get this land, even though I need it. Reason being, we have an answer to some stuff. Reason being that, one, he could be the blue-red burn deck, but I'm really thinking that he's going to be a show and tell deck. And we'll find out shortly whether or not I am correct. So I'm predicting next turn is probably going to be sneak attack. Let's find out. Depending on what we see here, we'll either play this. It could get countered. It just could get flat out countered, and that's a possibility. So I'm going to drop that, and we'll go from there. Boom. Gotcha for 2. I'm predicting show and tells. Anybody else on board? Actually, I'm predicting sneak attacks, but that's beside the point. If he does show and tell, we at least have Sigarda. We're not too far away from being able to cast Liliana. Decay does... oh, God. We're dropping in Sigarda. Alright, so he's not causing us to sacrifice stuff yet. Yeah, go for it. Swords, you are not the right thing. Let's see, how could we take care of that? Well, one way, let's go ahead and get rid of that. And I'm going to actually green sun for 1. Looks like we're going to have to block with Sigarda. Yep, he's got a Spell Pierce. Alright, so we need a black mana now. Annihilate me. He's probably digging for another counterspell. If we get a black mana, we can drop this. We have 2 draws coming up, so yeah. Sure, triggered. Go, Sigarda. Jumping in front of Emrakul like a champ. Alright, so there's a Thoughtseize. We have to do it this way, though. Let's go ahead and get this. I guess I possibly could have just... should have swordsed her, but... I mean, we either hit this or we don't. And if we do, then... I'm pretty sure we're golden in this game. Or at least we're in a pretty good position. And if we didn't, then we were in pretty big trouble. So, yeah. Go Sigarda, winning the game. It's not won yet. He could easily just show and tell this turn and drop something else that's spicy and scary in. Another show and tell. Looks like we have no choice. Into Gristlebrand. And that one... slightly more terrifying. There's Petal. Yep. Gristlebrand is only slightly more terrifying for the simple fact that we can't really reliably deal with it right now. Let's go ahead and draw our card. Let me not do that. We're waiting for the other one. So Bob showed Bob. And library is going to give us pretty close to nothing. Alright. So, let's see. We have a Thoughtseize and a Swords. And that leaves us with a green, a black, or a green and a white. Either way. What would I want? We're going to have to Thoughtseize. We're going to have to Swords. That could be a thing. I'm assuming he has another land and a sneak attack, so. I'm going to drop the Strangleroot Geist. This is really the decision right here. Like, I can't afford to keep both of them, but I can keep one of them. So, yeah. 2 mana. His Spell Pierces are back in the deck. We have to get rid of that. He'll draw a ton of cards. He'll probably have an Emrakul. Trying to think this out. I think we get rid of the Knight, just because we want to have the mana for later. And we can't go fetch Caracas anyway, so we'll put those 2 back. I'm going to put them back in this order. It's a lot of damage to be taking, but I think it's worth it to Thoughtseize him first. His even worse thing is that, wow, 2 sneak attacks. That's terrible for us. I think that this becomes the answer. It didn't matter about taking the actual extra whatchamacallit there. I don't think we're going to win this one. I wish I had like a counterspell of some kind. But at least we know kind of what we're doing in a sense. So let's get rid of this Bob. Honestly, I should just concede, but it's not over yet. The fat lady has not sung. Those could have all been duds. And let's get this down. Yeah, we'll go off of this one. I mean, if he has to show and tell, then we at least have something to get there. But if he can show and tell something into play, he can sneak attack it, so that's not even a thought. At least this way, if it's Gristlebrand and he tries to gain the life immediately, like he can't just draw cards and do everything he wants to do under the sun. So, and we are taking 2 next turn, which we know, but he doesn't. But we can eat something. So we have 2 damage coming across. Yeah, the fun part of life. I think this game is going to be a bust. Sneak attack. There may have also been something to like eating this and then playing Liliana and no. Intuition. Can I not pick Emrakul? Let's try this one. Will I give him an Emrakul? Dang it! I gave him an Emrakul. Let's just concede and move on with life. We know what's getting ready to happen. There are 2 cards. Alright. So, sort that the right way, sort that way. We will be taking this. We'll take these. And this. I actually do want this charm. Teague. Still a thought. Sword's not completely dead, but I want to stop him before he gets to that point. Decays are completely dead. I know he's got the ability to do blood moons and whatnot, but, I mean, there are only so many things that we can do. Let's see. Teague is a thought. Let's go ahead and do this, and we'll resort. Alright, so let's think. We have charms to take care of any landed sneak attacks and regen our team. That doesn't seem terrible. Top is going to be too slow again. And I think a Strangleroot Geist would be worse than a Teague, so... yeah, that looks good to me. Frog in my throat. That looks good to me. Alright. Yes, I'd like to play first. And I'm not going to mulligan this hand. If he misdirects it back at us, we'll just ditch a Bob and go from there. Be happy to have himmed him on turn 1 and be able to him on turn 2. We are pretty much dead if he doesn't do anything. And we're going to be missing a color. And by doesn't do anything, I mean like goes turn 1 show and tell. We could get lucky again. Alright, so there's a Spell Pierce and a Gristlebrand. Goodbye, demon. So next turn we're going to play Bob. And how do we want to do that? Next turn we're going to play Bob. Still Bob, because he's got the Spell Pierce. I know he's got the Spell Pierce. Next turn he'll be able to Brainstorm. We'll him next turn, I think. I'm going to get the Bayou. And that's my turn. Oh, we brainstormed already. Well, we're still in the same boat, except for we'll get to look at 4 cards if he decides to show and tell. Daze? I wouldn't mind a Daze. Force pitching Spell Pierce. Okay, so the Spell Pierce is gone. There's a Caracas, a Petal. Oh god, not already. Okay. You. There's a sneak attack down. He's got a 2-card combo, and I've got an answer to everything else. I'm going to go ahead and him again. I know it's not full value for him, but, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, so he's got nothing in the yard. That wasn't exactly what I wanted. But he's got nothing in hand, and we are pretty much online. The debate becomes, do I want the library or the Bob? I think I want the library. I just want to find a Liliana. I've got an answer for everything else, so yeah. I'm going to fetch basic forest with this. There's a top. Not what I wanted to see, by the way. So there's... I should get the plains. I'm going to get the plains. I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. There's a Deathrite. Always yes, always. I'm going to keep Wasteland. And put it back the correct way. And let's drop this. And I'm going to go ahead and waste this. We still are in an awkward situation where we could just lose. I mean... not exactly my favorite position, but hey, when you have to, you have to. Oh boy. A little more intense than I wanted it to be. What I'd like to find would be a, that's not good. What do you got? Pyroclasm. Okay, I can live with Pyroclasm. Pyroclasm really isn't all that important. I am going to take the Deathrite Shaman. And I'm not going to take either of these, and we'll take the Savannah for next turn, so let's just get you out there. Probably should have done that off the Bayou, that way I guaranteed, but I mean, as long as I got that out there, there was no way for me to actually screw that up too bad. As long as he's still looking during his upkeep, that shorts him on mana. I would actually have loved to choke right now, but that's neither here nor there. We can take a hit from Emrakul right now. It'll hurt like a son of a gun, but we can at least take the hit. And yeah, we need to find something to deal with this, and I took out the decays. So the only thing that I have to deal with that in that little tricksy mode of business would be the other thing. There's a Teague. I'm going to keep this. Who am I lying? I'm going to get the Teague and keep up regen. Yep, and we'll put them back in this order. So here's the Teague. So now we have regen mana. We're dealing 5 a turn, and we've somehow managed to get back in this game, I think, a little bit. I like knowing that I can draw this many cards. Ah, crap. Ponder. Okay, so he's just digging with it. Wish I could have shuffled his library in response to the Ponder. Huh. Show and tell. What you got? I got nothing over here. Alright, Gristlebrand is a problem. That is not going to do it, buddy. How do we get this? I think these two go back. And we put them in this order. Let's see. Yeah, we're in rough shape now. Can't attack him, so we're just going to pass the turn. We know we have I know we have the library on top of our deck. We're going to draw a card with that, with the canopy. Maybe I should have been a little bit more aggressive with this game, just because we didn't really have anything. But for the most part, I think we're okay. Show and tells are his only way of doing things, so yeah, that at least gives us some protection. Alright, so we're short on life. Yep, Petal. You still can't cast it. We still have the ability to regen this guy once, and we can pay for a Pierce, so that's at least good. We can 2 him and then 4 him, 6 him, which is still him netting 1 life per turn. Liliana is our only real way to deal with that thing. But we do have a Thoughtseize on the top of our deck. So Bob will at least show that. I'm going to eat this Pyroclasm. Alright. Oh, there's no Liliana again. Not good. Not good. We can't keep either of those. I can't Thoughtseize him and survive. There's a Bob down there. I think for right now, I'll hold off on that. Yeah, that's about all that I can do. I forgot to play a land to shuffle my deck. But I guess that keeps us up for a little bit. Alright. So in comes the mean green. So he's got to have spell pierces at this point. Pyroclasm. Regenerate everybody. There's a green. There's a black. If we're lucky, this will go. And it did. Okay. So since he's going to regen, I'm going to go ahead and eat this. And we know we're flipping a land, so that's not a big thing. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Needed to shuffle, forgot to shuffle. We were in it for a little while. We are no longer in it. It is over. Trying to think if there's anything. Nope, nothing I can see. Alright, we are done. We have lost. That's alright. One misplay. We don't even know what would have happened. It would have given us a different card. We would have had to have eaten the Thoughts or the Dark Confidant. He doesn't have another creature over there, so we would have had to have counted on... Oh, there are two down there. That's right, he Pyroclasmed one, so we could have most likely survived. What was the next couple of draws? Yeah, there was a lot of discard in there. We missed that one. We'll give it a shot again here in a little bit, but I will see you all again soon.